Earlier this year, I decided that I was going on a book buying ban, and here's how it's going. To justify these purchases, let's talk about them. Before I get into all the books that I've bought while on a book buying ban, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you love content like this. Also, make sure to grab your coziest blanket and make a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and join me to talk about these books. My drink of choice today is this tropical mango Topo Chico thing. I don't know. It's good. But you know that feeling when you can feel that you're starting to get sick and like your throat hurts a little bit and everything just like kind of tastes spicy? That's where I'm at right now. So it tastes a little spicy, but I know it's not spicy. Anyway, let's get right into it. At the beginning of this year, I was doing a really good job and not buying books and saving money and reading books that I already own. However, my best friend came to visit and we decided to do a video where she picks out the books that I read for a week. So obviously I had to go buy some books that she picked out. If you haven't seen the video, definitely check it out. So starting off strong, I went to Barnes & Noble and bought 3 books. And I didn't even pick these ones. Anyway, the first book is 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. I did read this book. I gave it 4 stars. If you want to know more about this book or the next 2 books, definitely watch that video. But this is a YA thriller and I did really enjoy it, actually. So next she picked out Wooing the Witch Queen by Stephanie Burgess. I did not love this book. I gave this one 3 stars. But again, if you want to hear more, check out the video. But another one that I did read. And finally, the last book that she picked out was The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I don't know how to say his name, so sorry. Again, not a favorite of mine, but if you want a full review, check out the video. Okay, now the fun stuff because I picked all of these ones. First and foremost, Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stephen. I gave this book 5 stars. I did read it. And I loved it. And this edition of it is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. It is stunning. The gold edges, the end papers, so good. This is a fantasy love story situation. If you've read the book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, then from what I understand, this one is very similar. I haven't read that one, but since I gave this 5 stars, I'm pretty sure I would give that one 5 stars. But anyway, this is about like reincarnation of these 2 souls and they keep coming back to life and falling in love again, but they also keep killing each other. It says they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes and they've killed each other in every one. So this is just trying to figure out why are they killing each other and why do they keep coming back to life. I really enjoyed, I highly recommend, and I do not regret this purchase at all. Loved this book. Next, I picked up A Study of Drowning. I got this edition from Barnes & Noble, but I think that they sell like this specific edition with the books on the spine or the, what are those pages? End papers? No. Edges? Sprayed edges? That took way too long for me to figure it out. It's like a bookshelf on the sprayed edges. So really am obsessed with this edition of the book. Actually, I feel like I've kind of heard mixed things about this book. Some people that I follow that I typically enjoy their recommendations didn't love it, but also I know some people that I follow that did love it. So that is the definition of mixed reviews. The main reason I picked this one up when I did was because of how beautiful this edition was, and I do think that I will like it, so I want to have this edition. Did I need to purchase this? Absolutely not. But how could I say no? This is a YA dark academia kind of fiction. I don't know. I don't think it's fantasy, but maybe I'm wrong. This one follows the female main character who is in college, and I'm pretty sure she's an author or an aspiring author, and she ends up being picked to go to the house, the estate of her favorite author, and she is like writing a memoir or some sort of situation about the author. And while she's there, she finds out that somebody else also is there writing about the author, except that the guy that's there is trying to like prove that the author is a fraud. So this is their story. I imagine they probably have to team up at some point. It's probably going to be like an enemies to lovers situation. But I just love dark academia so much. I read Curious Tides and absolutely ate it up. So I really want to get into more dark academia, and this just feels like the perfect next step into it. The next book I picked up is A First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Again, I haven't read this one yet, but this was a new release, so I was expecting to probably purchase this one. I figured I would read it sooner than I have. Obviously, I still haven't read it, and I thought I would have by now, but I've heard such good things about this book. Oh, also, this is the Walmart special edition. I don't really love the colors. This is purple, whereas the normal edition is pink, and I think I prefer the pink, but this was cheaper, so from what I understand about this book, it is a rom-com that's giving Sleepless in Seattle vibes. I feel like that's really all I need to know about it to know that I will enjoy this. I did read, I think, 2 other books by this author, or maybe 1. I don't know. But I have read books by this author before, and I enjoy her writing, and I was very excited about this, and I still am. I still really want to read this book, but there's a lot of books, you know? There's a lot of books. Next, I picked up Wild and Wrangled by Lila Sage. This is book number 4? Yes, this is book number 4 in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. This is a small town rancher / cowboy romance. I did read this book already. This one, it's just super fast paced, super fun. I love the world. It's giving Chestnut Springs by Elsie Silver. So if you read those books and enjoyed those books, I think you would also enjoy these books. This last one was good. It was about characters that I had been wanting to hear their story from the very beginning. I do feel like it I think my expectations were just higher than what this book gave me. But I think that's my fault. Like, this wasn't a bad book by any means. I just personally had higher expectations. But anyway, I did read this book, and I do recommend this whole series if you enjoy small town romance. So check it out. Next is A Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Of course, the publication or the new release of the year that everyone's freaking out about. I still have not read it. I have read every other Emily Henry book that has been released. This is the newest one, and the one I haven't read. From what I understand, this is the least romance-y of all of her books. So this is definitely like a literary fiction with a subplot of romance, which isn't bad. I just have heard that people have gone into it expecting a romance and were disappointed because they didn't get that. So I'm just trying to curb my expectations and know that it's not going to be super romancy, and that's fine. And again, I'm pretty sure this book is about a person, an heiress. It's kind of giving the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes from what I have heard, that like there's one person who's trying to sell basically her story, and she has to pick an author, and so she picks 2 authors to come and kind of compete for figuring out like who's going to tell her story. So I have heard good things about this. I am excited about it. I just have so many books. And another big reason I haven't gone and read that one yet is because I still have to read this one. This is Abby Jimenez's new release, Say You'll Remember Me. I've heard mixed reviews about this one, so I'm like kind of hesitant to go into it. Like, I'm not as excited about it as I was when it was just released. I did pick up the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and it is stunning. Absolutely no regrets. I love this pink, but look at this. Yeah. Oh, there's different ones on the back. I did read Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez, and I gave that book 5 stars. So I do have high expectations for this one. I, in truth, don't really know what it's about. I will read though for you. It says, they met, they fought, then they fell hard. There might be no such thing as a perfect guy, but Xavier Rush comes to disastrously close. A gorgeous veterinarian giving Greek god vibes, all while cuddling a tiny kitten. Immediately yes. No amount of distance or time is nearly enough to forget that something between them, and the only thing better than one single perfect memory is to make a life, and even a love, worth remembering. Not entirely sure what this is about, but I guess I'm looking forward to reading it. I don't know. Finally, my latest purchase was Silver Elite by Danny Austin. I did get this one on my birthday, for my birthday, I guess. So does it really count? I don't know, but I only bought 1 book on my birthday, so be proud of me, please. I'm sure if you are on the internet and you read books at all, I'm I'm sure you've heard of this one. From what I've heard on Book Talk, BookTube, Bookstagram, all of the book social medias, is that this is basically an adult version of Divergent, which sounds incredible. Also, there's just so much talk about this book going on because Danny Francis is not the author's real name. So I forget what it's called, if it's called being like a ghostwriter. I don't know, but we're trying to figure out as a community, I guess, who actually wrote this book. There's a lot of hypotheses going around that it was written by someone that's famous, like is a popular author, well-known author, and is trying to just branch out to a different genre. That's one hypothesis I've heard. People are also saying it might be someone who is a controversial person, like maybe something came out about them and they are scared, not scared, but like they want to have this book come out and perform as well as it should, disregarding whatever went on with that person and like their name. But my hypothesis is that this is actually Sarah J. Maas, and I would be very surprised to find out if it wasn't. I think that there's so much that we don't know about Sarah and like her publishing and her writing and her books. Like I feel like there might be, also this is all alleged, you know, alleged. Anyway, I just think that she would have been more active on her social media about the 10-year ACOTAR anniversary if she were in a better position with her contract and like publishing, like whatever that is, whatever that means. I obviously do not work in publishing. I do not work in PR. I do not know what is going on or what could be going on. It also could very well not even be Sarah, but I think it is. I don't know. I think she wanted to, my hypothesis is that she is wanting to publish a book under not her name and under not her contract, and that's why I think this is her. Anyway, stunning book, beautiful book. I did buy it at Half Price Books here in Texas, so I didn't pay full price, which is lovely, but I still did pay $28, which is crazy talk. I'm so excited to read that book. Okay, lastly, I have an honorable mention because I did get the book The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson, and this is from the Very Loot Romantasy box. I don't count this as me buying a book, but I know that like obviously I did buy this book, but I just have a subscription, and so they keep coming every month, whether I was gonna say whether I like it or not, but like that's not true. I could cancel. This doesn't count, respectfully. But this is obviously a romantasy novel. I don't know a ton about it. I just know that it looks beautiful, and I got it from the Very Loot Romantasy box. I also took off the paper cover, so I have a little, because the naked hardback is just too pretty. It's not my fault. Obviously, my book is beautiful and this naked hardback is beautiful, but look at the like normal cover. That too is stunning. Just saying. This says, magic and adventure swirl through its spellbinding romantasy where a young woman reignites the embers of an ancient prophecy, unleashing a storm that could save her realm or doom them all. Fear of magic plagues war-torn Anwen. Halflings like Raya Fleetwood are killed on sight, but Raya's execution is interrupted by an unexpected savior, one far more terrifying than her would-be killers. And guess what? She's probably gonna love him. I just love the Very Loot Romantasy books, and I eat them up, so just adding to the list, you know? But that's it. Those are all the books that I've bought while I'm on a book buying ban. Let me count them real quick. So I did buy 11 new books, and I've only read 5 of them. That's actually not too bad, though. So get off my back. I need to stop buying books. I have so many books. You can't really see it, but my TBR cart is full. And I need to stop buying books. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.